Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's African once again, and today I'm here. I will be doing a reaction to this video that I came across while scrolling YouTube. It's been a topic that I've thought about before and would really want to share my views on. So let's take a look at the video and then we'll get back to my reaction and opinions.
African Diaspora News Channel family. I am your host, Renelo Morema, reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. Listen, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video where I spoke about Julius Malema encouraging the masses in Eastern Cape Manifesto to go out and have babies.
Make babies, I will pay for them.
Comrades, enzana abantwana ngizawukhokhela mna because siyayidabula a child grant from 510 to 1020 rand because our children deserve better. Don't be lazy. Please, don't be lazy. Enzana abantwana SG lingalali.
Just not the Eastern Cape Manifesto, but the manifestos just around the country. He encouraged us to go out, have babies, because we need to multiply ourselves and leave a long-lasting legacy. But I questioned his statement. I called his statement careless because, first of all, looking at the situation and the economy of South Africa, we are not really in the right state to be having multiple kids. I'm not saying people should not have kids because that's a personal preference. But looking at the way things are going, I don't think we are at the right state to be having multiple kids. And the fact that he says, have these kids because I will increase the grant from 500 to 1,020. I will take care of your kids. I want to ask Mr. Malema, do you know the average salary of a lower class income? Because South Africa is such an unequal state and we are essentially confronted with issues of poverty, lack of education. Some people don't even fully exercise living in freedom. So right now in South Africa, we are surrounded by lower income class households, meaning they earn between 4,000 a month to 6,000 a month. And that's if you work in retail, your pick and pays, your checkers as a cashier, or your waitresses. A lot of those essentially work in that kind of field. They do that kind of jobs. Right now, unemployment rate is through the roof. And for you to make such a careless statement, I still stand by what I said. It's such a careless statement to go tell the people to do. And no, my mind is not colonized. I am not reading the facts, the European facts. A lot of people on the comment section colonized. These facts are cooked by European people. They do not know Africa. But I live in South Africa. I experience the life here in South Africa. And I am telling you right now, the situation is very tricky. The situation is really bad. The government can barely absorb this, or give out these social grants. We can hardly keep up. And with the amount of corruption that is happening in South Africa, we are not in the right state. So if you can look, Eastern Cape, for example, is the poorest province in the country. So when you tell these youth people, you know how excited they get. When you tell these youth people to go out and have children, what are they going to eat? What are they going to clothe? According to Old Mutual, that I read online, a statement on Old Mutual, an average, it takes between 10,000 to 15,000 to fully secure your child, to fully raise your child. I'm talking about healthcare. I'm talking about education, insurance. I'm talking about just basic insurance that you need to make a living in South Africa. And looking at the unemployment rate, a lot of people don't earn that much money. I am a parent, and right now I am telling you, it is difficult to take care of my child, even when I work two jobs. Even though I work two jobs, it's still a bit tricky and difficult. I'm not going to address the trolls. I read each and every comment, and I must say that as Black people, we need to find a way to communicate with each other. And I feel like the African diaspora brings us together, brings this platform together, or gives us this stage to know how to communicate with each other and look past the cultural boundaries. At the end of the day, we are all Black people, guys. We are all Black people. We should learn to communicate with each other. So you coming out on social media and calling me an airhead, dragging my son into the mix, no. It just says a lot about our community. We still have a lot to go in terms of Ubuntu, in terms of addressing each other. We can have different we can have different perspectives. Guys, we can have different opinions about matters. So as long as we keep respectful when we address each other.
Now that I've listened to it thoroughly, right, I have an opinion on that. Like I said, it's been something that I wanted to share my views on for some time now. And so while scrolling, I saw this video and I'm like, I'm not going to speak much to or any at all on the politics and any of what they were trying to say outside of just the point that she was making or the topic that she was talking about. Right, so I'll just say this so that you can think about it even after clicking off the video. Just during the course of your days, you can just think about something like this. All right, so life replicates more where it is most threatened. Life replicates more where it is most threatened. All right, and I believe it is so because it's a natural order. It's a natural occurrence. It's nature doing what it does, right? And I am going to show you 3 ways in which nature does this, right? I'm going to first show you with plants, then I'm going to show you with animals, and then I'll come back to humans and show you where I see this happening. All right, so take for instance the banana tree. Like for those of you who grew up in an area where they have the banana plant, you will see how it behaves. If you will notice that at the coming towards the end of the big shoot or the banana plant's life, it will replicate. Usually we cut the plant to get the bananas off, cut the plant down, and then you'll notice that from the bulb that is at the bottom, it will shoot up at least 5 more around it. You cut one and it shoots up at least 5, right? Then there is the aloe vera plant. I had this experience once. We were out in the backyard and didn't realize that the plant was there and stepped on it. And just by sensing that it is in danger, it shoot up about 3 to 4 more plants around it in a few days or weeks, if I'm remembering correctly. So the plant felt threatened, and as a result, it replicated itself in an effort to survive. All right, and that's with just plants alone. That's just 2 examples, with the banana plant and the aloe vera plant. All right, now take a look at these gazelles, right? You know, they're like goats or deers, antelopes, same family, right? Notice how they reproduce and they have a large number. There are thousands of them, right? Take a look at these wildebeest and giraffe. You have thousands, and their herds are usually large, cover vast areas of land. And compared to the lions now, the lions who are the predators, a pack of lion will only comprise of the alpha male, the kids, and a few female lion, right? Why? Why is that so? Why is it that the animals who are the predators will have less in their group, and the ones who are in danger all the time, or the ones who are the prey, will reproduce more and have larger herds? Could it be that, like I said, life replicates more where it is most threatened? That is an example. If you check out even dogs, the hybrid dogs like the Rottweiler and Pit Bull, they usually have like 1 or 2 pups. But then the more common dogs that we have, they'll have 6, 7 pups, right? Could it be? Could it be? Now, when it comes on to people, I don't think nature behaves any differently, right? Because when you look at it, let's break it down. You have educated people, let's just say that, or wealthy people. You'll find that a lot of them, for the ones that I know or I've seen, they don't have a lot of kids, right? But that in itself, I would have to do in another video. I will consider something like that population suicide. But because if you look at the trajectory of having just one child, you'll see where that will go. But I'll talk about that in another video. Now look at the areas in the world or countries in the world where there is high level poverty, right? Where there is crime, where we could say clearly life is threatened. Poor families that we will call poor families, right? Because sometimes what we call poor isn't really poor, it just doesn't look refined, right? But poor families, look at these people wherever they are around the world. They usually have larger families. I'm sure there are exceptions where you have wealthy people with large family and you have very poor people having one child or two, right? But if you look at the majority, if you look at what is common, you'll find that the people with less resources are in more danger tend to have more kids. And for the life of the people who consider themselves better, like for the life of me, why would you go and have more kids when you see you can't take care of them, right? In the video, she said that it will take about 15,000 rands, South African dollars, I think, to properly take care of a child. In the United States, it is about $240,000 from birth to 18 years old, and if you should take them through college, you would say $350,000 approximately, right? And in my mind, I'm like, damn, right? But really and truly, the point that I'm trying to make is it about the policies we make? Is it about the society? Is it about what we choose? Or really, does it boil down to what nature detects and how nature will respond? Because look into it for yourself. Wherever life is threatened, I see where life replicates more, right? The predators, small numbers. The preys, large numbers. Plants that are coming to the end of their life pushes out a lot of sucklings or seeds or smaller plants, right? We see these things. I've seen it. So does it really matter if we say, hey, you're poor, don't have a lot of kids, or hey, I'm educated, or I'm wealthy, I'm better off, I just need one, or you just think it's critical thinking and smarts that made you say, hey, I can only afford one, and so I'm going to have one, right? What does it really boil down to? Because the bigger load, what I'm really seeing is that if you threaten life, it's going to secure a way to continue. It's going to find a way to continue, and that's by multiplying so much that it increases the chances of survival. What do you think? Comment down below, let me know what you think. That is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and as always, one love.